This here is the old power supply. I believe it's a 201S model. It's a -502, and then there's the new power supply, which is a 201 Alpha, and it's a 503. And there's the router I didn't go over last time. Cool looking thing, like a Cybertruck. And the old power supply again. Don't mind my cords, I'm still cleaning stuff up, make it look tidier.
This is Starlink after 1 week. We had a power supply issue. They had to send us a new one because we're off grid, so we run off of an inverter. And they said this new power supply will connect right away. Before we were waiting anywhere between 3 and 6 hours for it to decide to turn on and power it up. This is the initial setup. I just had my wife go in there and unplug the router. Come on, Trent.
I did it. Now the tower light's flashing.
See, we're not connected right now. Let's open up the Starlink app. Click Start Setup. See here, we plug everything in, the instructions. Just connect to Wi-Fi, open up Wi-Fi settings. Waiting for it to find the router. And we're connected to the router. Waiting for the Starlink app to discover the Wi-Fi connection. This is online with a good connection. We're going to run a speed test. This was the speed before. Looks like it's 44 megs per second with 37 ms for latency. And our upload speed is right around 10-ish. And then for those who are asking, here's a second phone. This is a Samsung versus an LG. So it's connected at a slower speed with 45 ms latency and around 13 megabytes for our upload speed.
And here we're going to use a laptop in 2 different speed tests. I believe the first one's a Google speed test, and we also have the fast.com speed test. There's definitely a difference in the speeds. I'm not sure how each speed test works, but speeds were much better as we went on. Each test got better. It's showing like 90 megs per second right now with like 18 upload speed. And fast.com was showing a different story, but here we show, I think this one peaked out around 60 or 70, I can't remember. And then the upload speed was similar to the last test. And I think fast.com, I think, was in the 60s as well, which showed a similarity. No, actually, no, it was 40 this time. I think it was the last test that I did that it climbed higher. So this fast.com takes a lot longer on the upload speed, but I don't know if it's a little more accurate, or it was shown in the 20s most of the time. I don't know if it's just the way the fast.com works or how exactly their latency and their upload speeds, but the test definitely took a lot longer than using the Google test. Could be servers as well, I'm not sure. Let's try the Google test one more time. Yep, a lot higher speeds this time. We're well over 100, 120 megs per second. That's really good. You can do a lot gaming or streaming or anything with that speed. And the upload speed is pretty damn good too. We're looking at 25, so 25 megs per second upload speed, and latency is really low at 21 ms. You really can't beat that. That's awesome. Let's try fast.com one more time. The last one was at 40 megs per second. This one's climbing up, well over 100, 110 megs per second. Dropped it below 100 again, and looks like 90 megs per second. So there's a difference between the two, but still, that's a lot better than it was before. Latency is a little higher at 32 ms, and our upload speed is below 20. I think it's floating around 19. Still, it's really good for satellite internet. It's been a long time since we were in the city and had cable internet, so we're just stoked to actually have good speeds out in the middle of nowhere.